to refuel and to be in a position for a very short ride, about 10 minutes in duration, to the landing site once the Soyuz reaches the vicinity of the landing zone itself. Other helicopters that were pre-positioned yesterday in Karaganda flew in the wee hours this morning to Arkelik to reposition themselves based on the ground track that will carry the Soyuz to its landing site just to the southwest of Arkelik. The NASA support team that is embedded with the Russian search and recovery forces includes Joel Montalbano, the director of human spaceflight in Russia, Peggy Whitson, the chief of NASA's astronaut office, Kirk Shireman, the deputy ISS program manager, Dr. Joe Schmidt, who's the NASA flight surgeon in charge of Peggy Whitson, or rather in charge of Tracy Caldwell Dyson, and NASA Public Affairs Officer Josh Byerly, and Bill Ingalls, the NASA photographer, who's on a media helicopter that will be circling the landing zone in the hope of capturing some dramatic photography of the Soyuz as it touches down at the landing site itself. A good view of the Soyuz TMA-18 as captured by external cameras on the truss of the International Space Station. And you can see drifting off in the distance the Soyuz TMA-18 in the center section of that Soyuz in the descent module. Alexander Skvortsov, Tracy Caldwell Dyson, and Mikhail Kornienko. The Soyuz vehicle is 23 feet in length. Its solar arrays measuring 34.5 feet in wingspan. Good view of the TMA-18. Once again, a separation burn was executed by two thrusters on the Soyuz just 3 minutes after it undocked from the Poisk module of the International Space Station to begin an opening rate that will culminate in the Soyuz drifting to a distance of 12 kilometers away from the International Space Station for a 4-minute, 21-second firing of its engines at 11:31 p.m. Central Time, just a little over 2 hours from now. That will be a retrograde maneuver to slow the Soyuz down by 115 meters per second, allowing it to drop out of orbit for its descent back into the Earth's atmosphere, targeted for a landing 35 kilometers to the southwest of Arkelik on the steppe of Kazakhstan at 12:21 a.m. Central Time Saturday morning.
External video routed to the lab RWS of the departing Soyuz.
The Soyuz TMA-18 and the International Space Station now flying 222 miles directly over Honolulu.
Отсюда Москвы, я утес 1.
MCC Moscow, I'm with US 1. Yes, go ahead.
05-20-00 выдали команду.
052200, we send the accelerometer and brake command, Kadu, and the circle tank is 192, and fuel is 603. We're operating for page 90. We're sending A5. Copy. Copy. MCC Moscow, Chelsea 1, the range of acceleration with our pivot closed, the oxygen increase rate is about 1 millimeter over 5.5 minutes. Copy, Sasha. Thank you very much.
Пожалуйста, но мы на
You're welcome.
считайте, уже на 20 миллиметров-то подпрыгнули.
We have already increased, though, by about 20 millimeters. Copy.
As we continue to watch the Soyuz TMA-18 and the 3 Expedition 24 crew members depart the vicinity of the International Space Station, the reports from Kazakhstan are that 6 out of the 8 helicopters that were staged in the town of Zhezkazgan have taken off. They are wheels up, headed for the prime landing site. They'll be stopping in Arkalyk to refuel. 2 additional helicopters will be remaining at Zhezkazgan, available to move toward the Baikonur Cosmodrome vicinity in the unlikely event a ballistic landing would incur because of a technical problem. Additional helicopters already are at the airstrip at Arkalyk, ready to take off in sequential fashion to form a flotilla of helicopters around the landing zone in a circular pattern just prior to the touchdown of the Soyuz capsule. The recovery operations then will begin down at the landing site with the extraction of the crew and the erection of an inflatable medical tent nearby where the Soyuz will touch down in its parachute-assisted landing.
Just MCC Moscow.
Отвечаем.
Go ahead.
Саша
and Misha. Good evening or good morning. This is Sergey Krikhalov.
Здравствуйте, Сергей.
Hello, Sergey.
Доброе утро, наверное.
Good morning, Roger. Yes, good morning, Sergey. Oh, it's a relative question. You're going to enter eclipse pretty soon, so it must be evening for you. Right now, I'm going to talk about the weather. The weather is nice. On the panel, could you please write down the pressure at the landing site? They gave us the numbers. We're ready. Ready? 724.5. This is what they told us from the landing site right now.
Сергей Иванович, 724,5 принято.
724.5. Okay, then you can enter on the funnel, and then you can monitor the altitude for the funnel. The weather is nice. Wind is 3.5 meters per second. It can increase to 5, just 10 meters per second, but everything is nominal within normal limits. So the temperature is 11 degrees above 0 centigrade. The pressure can drop by about 1-2 millimeters mercury, but if there are any changes, I'm going to let you know. Okay, thank you, Sergey. Also, one situation. Do you understand the situation with the oxygen?
Абсолютно.
Yes, absolutely. We have a suspicion that the register is suspect, so RP 1 and 2 are closed. Do not open them. Even after separation, do not open that because the oxygen you have right now is sufficient all the way until landing. Yes, we did our estimates as well. In case after the undock, after the separation, you're going to have a situation with the pressure drop, then you're going to maintain pressure using oxygen, but that's just to deal with the abnormal situation. Yes, we understand. We have done our calculations, and we understand that there's an exceedance of the oxygen level. Right, you have enough oxygen, and if everything goes nominally, then there is no need to open any valves to add oxygen. Okay, that's fine. We're copying.
Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov outside Moscow providing not only a technical report on what to expect during entry and landing, but a weather report from the landing site just to the southwest of Arkalyk. Clear skies, light winds, temperatures in the mid to high 40s expected to greet the crew for their touchdown, which will be at 11:21 a.m. Kazakhstan time at the landing site.
Okay, copy. Other than that, everything is nominal. Search and rescue team has been waiting for you since yesterday. They're roaming the Sept. Gennady Padalka is the chief representative from our side. So he should be there. If everything is nominal, you're going to see him. Okay, copy. Do you have any questions for us? Right now, Sergey, no questions. Right now, there is a wish. If any major steps are done from the ground, from MCC Moscow, please make sure they keep us posted. Okay, that's fine. The only things we're going to do is to figure out the oxygen system status, and that's it. Other than that, everything is proceeding per the program. Okay, that's fine. Have a good flight, and see you on the ground. Thank you, Sergey Konstantinovich. See you later.
Everything continuing to go extremely well. The Soyuz having undocked from the International Space Station's Poisk module just 27 minutes ago. We will stay with you as long as we have a downlink television capability for the next several minutes. Once again, the Soyuz undocked from the International Space Station at 9:02 p.m. Central Time as the space station and the Soyuz flew 222 statute miles over the Russian-Mongolian border. 3 minutes after the undocking, thrusters were fired automatically on the Soyuz to initiate a separation burn of about 15 seconds in duration. An opening rate of about 0.6 of a meter per second was initiated, enabling the Soyuz to begin to drift away from the station, ultimately to a distance of about 12 kilometers, where the deorbit burn will take place just over 2 hours from now at 11:31 p.m. Central Time. That deorbit burn will last 4 minutes, 21 seconds in duration, enabling the Soyuz to slow down by about 115 meters per second, enabling it to drop out of orbit for its descent back to Earth. Just 21 minutes after the deorbit burn, the three sections of the Soyuz will pyrotechnically separate from one another at an altitude of about 140 kilometers. That module separation expected at 11:56 p.m. Central Time, followed 3 minutes later by the Soyuz entering the Earth's atmosphere, entry interface at